Hey, it's Chris, and I'm back with this ambush thing. We're going to pot it up again today. Me and Vic, we got to talk about this hot topic that's been trending since last night, and that was the slapping of an unarmed black man on stage.
I got a question for you, bro.
What is it?
What the 5 fingers say to the face?
Slap!
Chappelle.
I'm telling y'all, man, it is crazy. So initially, I was under the impression that this was some sort of stunt.
Yes.
And y'all know how I feel about the word hope, but I was hoping that it was just something that by now would have come out that it was all planned. But it looks as if it was real, and he being Will Smith got in his feelings and gonna defend his wife. That's the narrative that I'm hearing spun today. And I got to tell you, from my perspective, my opinion, that's some whole shit. That's some whole shit.
Yeah.
You should have handled that shit a little bit differently behind the stage, gave you little fake smiles and laugh, and dealt with it somewhere else in a different location. At least waited till the show was over and then addressed it.
Mm-hmm.
But to do that shit out there on national TV,
To another black man.
yeah, that I can't give you no love for that. I just can't. I mean, you made the culture look bad today. If these words I'm speaking ever get to your ears, I don't respect that shit right there. I just don't. You could have handled that shit differently. Let that man know you want that fair one. You ain't even do that.
Yep. Me personally, I was hoping it was some kind of setup. It would have been a lot better than what's going on now, because I feel all kinds of ways for it. First of all, as a man, you don't supposed to allow your feelings to dictate stupidity. And this man is not the common man. He is a household name. He's worth $300 million. And he turned himself into Lil Pookie down the fucking street with too much to drink and showing his ass on a Friday night. That's how I feel.
I don't know what we do to get over this hump. I'm talking about not the slap. I'm talking about two black prominent figures, household names in urban America on a national stage doing that. And then to go sit down and to make the comments you made. Now let me be real with y'all. I don't have any virgin ears. And that ain't the worst thing that I've ever seen done. Just know where I'm coming from. The actual event itself, I don't have an issue with, but it just shouldn't have been handled right there.
That's true.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, if we get into the issue itself, I'm questioning if she was the right one to do it for, since y'all talking about he defending his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's already been stated years and years that they had an open marriage. So where to respect that? If you doing something, she doing something, and then she made you look like a fool on those round tables, red table or whatever you call it.
Yes.
What you defending, man? Who honor you supposed to be defending? Get the fuck out of here forever, man.
I got a twisted, weird belief that because things have went a certain way, maybe Will is so deeply in love with his wife, he don't know how to tell her that he's not okay at this point with their arrangement. Because I think the brother had a lot of pressure on him, and I truly seen him laughing and giggling. Even if he didn't feel that the joke was that funny, he giggled it off. And then when he seen his wife, which I looked at it a number of times, yeah, she didn't like the joke, but I didn't see her do anything unless the camera panned away that would have encouraged him to go up there and slap this guy.
Well, maybe when he looked over there at her and saw how she was looking, he felt that need to go do something. But I don't know if that was the answer, right? So where do we go from here? Whatever she was feeling could have not been handled a different way.
Oh yeah, it could have been handled a lot of ways. I mean, even when it happened, the Academy had to think about putting him out. And because his award was coming up soon and they hadn't made a decision, they allowed him to stay. plus Denzel had a couple of words to say to him, and I can't exactly say word for word what he said, but he was like, when you at the top or at your highest point, that's when be careful, because that's when the devil comes for you. And what he's trying to say is that where you at right now, you didn't need that, because it's gonna set you back. And that's exactly what I seen when I live every day in the streets to a certain degree, and I stay the fuck away from shit like that. I ain't up in the fucking clubs. I ain't nowhere where little G got a gun and he think he fucking Tupac off Juice. He want to shoot somebody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't drinking too much. I be around friends that if I don't show up at a certain time, they calling to ask where I'm at, because we do safe shit, because this how we get to be this age. And when I see that shit on national TV with people that don't even have to fucking live like we do, I just cannot respect it. I do love Will Smith. I grew up off his music. Jazzy Jeff was part of it. He is fucking like a legend, living legend as far as a DJ game. And Will Smith has come from a comedy, a sitcom, to a fucking movie star. You slapping people? And I don't have nothing against his wife, but it's a lot of shit it seems like she has put on his shoulder as a man, and he ain't fucking addressed it all the way, because I cannot believe you laugh at a joke and then you get your ass up and slap this man just because your wife didn't think it was funny. And that shit about her hair, I don't give a damn. I have seen people with cancer and people make a joke. Nobody wants to slap nobody. We just keep it moving. Let's just say we took the comedy out of fucking professional comedians' mouth. Will Smith, even if that's his wife, I do believe it's rules to this shit. And I'm gonna give my version of it right quick so I can let my man Phil talk again. If he put his hands on you or your wife, you had open season on his ass. But for you to bitch up because you didn't like some words that were said, because we, the people that are still fucking living, and I'm not shot up in no goddamn club or no damn alley or no damn service station, we have grown to have tougher skin so we can keep fucking moving, because everything ain't a fight. And when you got up there and disrespected another grown-ass black man because of probably your shit at the house, and you brought it to a national stage, you do not get a pass with me, because you just had a fucking moment. And that's the way I see it.
I just wonder if when he got up there or before, he sized up the competition.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if that had a been. I've heard people say today he wouldn't have done it if it was a white man. I don't know. I'm not even talking about race. I'm talking about just another man. If it would have been another man that he knew would have got in his ass, would he have jumped his ass up there?
No, he would have laughed.
You know what I'm saying?
And stayed the fuck sitting down and maybe talked to his wife and asked her was she okay. And if he was gonna be a stand-up man for his wife, because that's the damn sacrifice we make as a husband, we supposed to be willing to die in certain situations. But you could have handled it 1,000 different ways.
I know I've been in situations where there's been something said that was disrespectful to a relative, possibly even a girlfriend.
Yes.
But you have to size up the situation as to how you're going to handle that.
You want to make the best move.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you run up on somebody that you know is going to give you that work when you fly up there? You got to know that in advance. I think he knew that he wasn't going to get no retaliation. So he flew up there to go handle something. Do you have that same energy when it's somebody you know going to give you that work back?
Hell no.
So that's one thing to consider. Two, the second thing to consider is, are you worried about losing respect or saving face with your old lady when you get home. If that's an issue, then you already know your shit wrecked already. Before you even got up there, you already know you got a problem. Because if she ain't strong enough to keep you out of those situations, you don't need that motherfucker anyway, because you're gonna be dead. And she gonna be sitting on the next dick.
That's
period.
True. And I would think Jada, being a mature woman and being part of the celebrity life, that she knows that there's rules too. And she probably at home, maybe having that conversation with her husband. And if she's a logical woman, probably is saying, I stand behind you, but that was unnecessary. I would hope she would say that.
You think she did?
I'm gonna be honest with you. If she's a grown-ass woman, yeah, she would say that. Because I have been out with girlfriends at a date and some guy want to fucking talk shit. The first fucking thing the woman says, don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because she don't want you to get into something.
Mm-hmm. One of the questions I asked some of the people at work was, females, is what would you have wanted your guy to do? And they all said, do what he did. So let me flip it. What if you knew, women, if you knew that the person that your husband or boyfriend was gonna run up on got that thing, are you still wanting him to run up on it?
If they crazy, if they don't have love for him, because nobody that loves anybody want him to get hurt. Period.
Wait, are they concerned about him getting hurt or more about what looks good for them?
Well, if you live like we do as men, we have challenges like that all the time. From
I said the same
young,
thing.
And when we grow up, we have to pick our battles.
Yep.
It's the reason why people say that. You have to pick your battles. Keep running your ass up and fight the wars every time you get a chance, and you eventually gonna lose.
You gonna lose more than once too.
Yes.
You're gonna lose a few of them. That's if you're allowed to keep living. I just don't. My problem is twofold. One is, like I said in the beginning, and the second one was a little bit longer winded, which is what we're talking about now. Number one is it wasn't a good look. You know, you guys are multi-million. You know, your bank accounts are astronomical. I can't count the number zeros.
Yeah.
You know, and that right there, you guys got to have a better way. You guys are supposed to be the examples for me.
That's right.
You guys are right here in the same age group. I think they said what Chris Rock is like 54, 55?
Grown ass man.
With money. You guys are now I can't say there's a criticism of him because he handled it way better than I think I would have.
Most guys, regular guys like us would have fought. Yeah. It wouldn't have been a camera that could have been pointed in our way and we slowed down.
Yeah, it wouldn't have changed nothing.
Will wouldn't have made it back to the seat.
No, we've been rolling back to the seat.
Ass whooping or not. Yeah. I take a ass whooping because you're not going to fucking embarrass me in front of the whole fucking nation. I know women that will fight in a goddamn fast food place because they didn't put the fries ain't hot. So you telling me this man gonna slap another man and he's supposed to just be okay? He was professional. He understood what he was, and this is the control you have. Will Smith made a terrible excuse over a fucking joke to attack a man, and a lot of women want to try to praise him because it seemed like, oh, I'm a woman, I would love for a man to defend my honor. Yeah, okay. Maybe this man, you know, that going to defend your honor don't know you a multiple dick taker. You know, you're going to have to come back to the real world. See, if I'm going to die for somebody, I need a clean motherfucker to die for.
Yeah.
I'm not dying for a dirty motherfucker. I got family members. If y'all want to get into shit and it's stupid, don't include me because I ain't rolling around in no goddamn wheelchair with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I do understand that those battles that I say we have to pick, that's your shit. Don't give them no excuses about your cuz and your folks. You know they full of shit. Sometimes you can't even hang out with them.
You know it.
Yeah. So Will being a man, you know, I can give him a little love about his wife. But you don't have a traditional wife, bro. You have a wife that y'all had an agreement to have, which a lot of people gonna say, well, what they got to do with it? It got a lot to do with it. A wholesome fucking woman is worth death. A woman that's everybody woman is just worth respecting to a certain degree. I'm not finna go to war for you. I'm gonna lose. And in this relationship, I'm probably already losing. And I think that's what caused him to lose his cool, because this guy has always been a stand-up guy. You hardly ever hear him cuss. Now, all of a sudden, he's slapping motherfuckers. I think it's more than that. That joke didn't have enough fucking power to it for me to believe Will Smith will go against every fucking thing he has represented all the way up to now, unless he's a shitty dude. And it came out at the show.
That's possible.
Yeah, and that's the only thing I can say. Maybe he has played the good guy role long enough, and then when push came to shove, he slipped.
Yeah.
But I'm quite sure he's sitting his ass back now thinking about what's the consequence going to be, because the Academy is still thinking about it. They trying to come to a decision, and they said that, wasn't that L.A., Los Angeles, California?
Yeah, but
they're going to follow whatever they laws and things are there. They just hadn't made a decision yet. They put that message out, you know, with the new almost every fucking place, you know, from, I can't even think of the damn names, but all the major
outlets, news outlets.
Yeah, because I read the New York Times article, and by him being there is because they knew he was going to win that Academy Award, and they didn't make the decision to put him out, because if you had to put him out, what we're going to do when the award come up? So because Denzel spoke to him, they gave him a chance to stick in there, and it wasn't too long after that he received that award. So they just didn't make a decision at that point, and they're working on it now.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this right here. I don't think today, at my age and my temperament, I'm gonna take being slapped well.
Yes.
I'm going to say 9 out of 10 times we're going to be rolling right there, win, lose, or draw.
Yes.
If I have to hold up on something, it's because the numbers wasn't in my favor or something wasn't just right, but you got it coming. Just know that. I think that it's just so much going on in the world. You got to be careful on how you use your hands. You know, everybody's talking out their ass today. You know, everybody got Twitter fingers. Even the ones that say they ain't got Twitter fingers, you catch them tweeting about whooping somebody. You ain't got Twitter fingers, but the message you just sent out was on Twitter.
That's right.
I mean, so everybody talking. One thing that I do know for sure is that no matter what was said, it was just that. It was said.
Yes.
The hands being put on was being put on by you. That changes the whole narrative.
Yes.
So even if what Chris Rock said was wrong, he said it.
Yes.
When you screamed at him, you could have screamed that before you went up there. Keep your name, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. You could have said that from the seat, and he said okay.
And then people would have said, oh, he defended his wife, he got upset. And Chris Rock was even talking to him to a point where he was like, okay, and it was just a joke and this and that.
That's right.
And Will, you know, popping off, I was like, what the fuck this motherfucker drinking? You know what I'm saying? He was like, he had about 2 or 3 of them goddamn Long Island teas. So I was like, okay, you know, you slap the man and you walk from up there like you fixing your clothes. And then you get back and you yelling across there. That's disrespect. And then put a cherry fucking on top.
Yeah.
They scream across the fucking room.
Twice.
And Will Smith was fucking classless, and all that shit was tasteless. I have total respect for Will Smith. I have total respect for Chris Rock. That shit was a bad look for us as black people.
Yeah. Ain't no two ways about it. But hey, that's just what we think. Again, if we seem a little emotional about it, yeah, it's hot. It's hot on our mind because we're fighting the fight. We're in the trenches. These guys are the generals that have the ability to give orders and to make things happen. We're in the trenches. So that shit that they just did has a trickle down effect on how I'm handled or
That's
how
right.
I am perceived.
That's right.
And so when they say that's the reason why you don't want them around, you just proved it. And if you disagree, get in the comment section and let us know.
I would like to add this. I respect Chris Rock for how he handled it. He stayed professional. And anybody listening to this podcast would agree that they probably wouldn't have been able to hold themselves together. But I want to give a total shout out to Chris Rock. Much respect. I'm not mad at Will Smith 100%. It's not like I don't like him anymore.
It's more disappointed.
I'm very disappointed. And if I could say something to Will Smith, I would say this. Handle you, brother. Handle you, because obviously something is going on with you where you lost your shit. And you can give excuses all you fucking want to. You supposed to be better than that, and you always have been. And I really feel bad that you went there, because I do believe there's more to it, and I can sympathize with you. But I'm never gonna fucking forget that you disrespected another fucking black man that did not deserve that. Fuck what you talking about as far as a goddamn joke. Get out your goddamn feelings.
Ambush the game. Question everything you think you know.